Well, Jody, how's your week been?
Good. Yeah, good. Getting close to that final day at work. It's coming up next week. It's my final day at work.
So exciting, counting down the days, almost counting down the hours at
Yeah.
this point. So,
Thanks to you, at least I know what to do with my Medicare. Feeling confident about that. So thank you very much, Bianca, for really educating me on my options.
so you're welcome. And you should be getting your Medicare cards in the mail any day now. So
Great.
let me know when you get those. And I'm sorry that your spouse couldn't be here today. I understand she's not feeling well. So
Right.
we'll go through the report. And then obviously if she has any questions, we can do a follow-up.
Absolutely.
But thank you for sending your Social Security statements over to me. I did run the analysis as promised. Before we get into that, any questions that have come up in the last week with Medicare we spoke about?
No, I might have some questions after I examine the package, but nothing else really.
All right, great. Well, I did run the analysis for you with Social Security using the figures that you gave me. I did send you a brief agenda through email. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I always like to give an idea of what we're going to discuss. But as we go through this, if there's anything else that comes to mind that's important for you to discuss, please let's add it to the conversation.
Okay.
If you want to see any other iterations, just let me know.
Okay.
And we can go in and
That
go through
sounds
the
good.
software analysis. So we're going to start. We have you and your spouse in here, your dates of birth. You shared with me that this longevity on both for you and your spouse. So I am running this plan to age 95.
Okay.
In this report, we are assuming an annual cost of living adjustment on Social Security of about 2.5%. We know some years it's larger, some years it's smaller, but for purposes of illustration, we're going to go with 2.5%. So in this analysis, I've put together 3 different claiming strategies.
Oh, okay.
These are 3 different ages, age combinations actually for you and your spouse. The first one shows the two of you holding off on your benefits till age 70. Sometimes this works for folks, but after, for every year that you wait, Social Security, you get a delay credit. After full retirement age, that delay credit's about 8% a year.
Wow.
So you can see that this figure is a little bit larger than what you had sent to me as
Right.
your current projected benefit. So if you were to start your Social Security, hold off about a year and a half, you're looking at a benefit of $3,656 for you. And then your spouse, she would start collecting also at age 70, and her benefit with $3,468.
Wow.
So you both did a great job.
Not bad, yeah.
Paying into the system. You have healthy Social Security benefit amounts. And then, here's another important point that always, we don't want to overlook. So this report also talks about a widow or survivor's benefit.
Okay.
So unfortunately, and I don't want to be morbid, but this is part of the planning that we do, the what ifs in life. Unfortunately, when one spouse passes away, the larger Social Security check lives on, but the smaller one goes away. So
okay.
definitely creates a reduction in income coming into the family.
Right.
So kind of something to keep in mind as you're making your selection. Sometimes when there's longevity in the family, it's nice to say, let's try to maximize a benefit. Any questions on that strategy before we move forward?
So just so I'm clear, it's the larger of the 2 check that lives on, right?
Correct.
So obviously, I play a key role in her outcome down the road with this decision.
Yeah, absolutely. And the smaller Social Security check goes away. So
Okay.
important to take that into consideration with longevity planning, with income planning, especially because the two of you expect to live well into your 90s.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So let's go through to the next strategies, looking at if you're collecting just a little bit sooner. There's several pages to this report. I'm not going to hold you hostage all afternoon, but we'll just focus on the key numbers. So this shows you starting your Social Security benefit immediately upon retirement. We know Social Security pays a month behind. So you're going to retire next month, you'd get your first check the month after.
Okay.
If you do that, your benefit is about $3,288.
Okay. So a little bit less.
Yeah, a little bit less than if you wait, but you'd be starting about a little over a year earlier.
Right.
And then we do have your wife claiming just a couple months later.
Right.
She's going to work for a few more months at age 66 and 10 months, which is her full retirement age.
Okay.
And so her benefit would be $2,570.
Okay. All right. So that is a pretty big impact there. Yeah.
Yeah, some differences. We can see that survivor benefit is closer to $6,246. Still healthy, but
Right.
something to plan for.
Right.
Any questions on that?
So I don't have to start collecting when I retire?
Not always. It doesn't have to be commensurate.
Okay.
So sometimes, and we can, and I'll give you some information on that too, and that may be a conversation that we can expand on. I don't want you to feel like you're drinking through a fire hose today. Social Security is a topic all in itself.
Okay. All right.
But our planning extends to that.
I see. Okay.
That's a common question I get. So let's go to the final claiming strategy with that. So this is going to be actually the earliest claiming strategy. You would think that's now, but because you are past your full retirement age, the Social Security Administration will actually let you backdate up to 6 months.
Okay.
I don't think this is really what you're planning on, but just that, we did want to illustrate this as an option.
Good to know.
Yeah, you would get a one-time lump sum payment, and then so you could go back about 6 months, and if you started collecting immediately, your benefit is going to be $3,090. When we look at that, that's almost about around the neighborhood of about $200 less a month.
Right.
And yes, you'd get that lump sum,
Right.
but a lower monthly benefit, perpetually into the future.
Right.
So a lot of times folks ask, what's that break-even point?
And do I need the lump sum?
Yeah. Is there certain expenses that you need to take care of now?
Yeah.
So you really have to weigh that. Does it make sense to get that lump sum
Right.
in exchange for smaller Social Security,
the rest
monthly
of the life.
benefits? Yeah.
And that impacts her down the road. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So see the difference. The survivor benefit's only about $6,034.
$1,000 difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so maybe this strategy here isn't the front runner
Right.
for the two of you, but I
Right.
want to at least illustrate all of the options that are available to you and your spouse.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, no, thank you. This is, wow, I didn't realize it could be this complicated, but thank you for giving me some guidance here.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to take in with
Yeah.
Social Security. It's a lot of rules,
I like Medicare.
a plethora of rules. The government doesn't always make it easy on
No,
us
right,
as you're
exactly.
navigating your decisions. So, going through this report, any questions that you have that I haven't answered?
I'm just doing some math in my head based on what I know we probably will need. And like you said, this is before taxes and Medicare premium. There is still going to be a gap. I guess, is there a strategy you would recommend? And, how do I make up that difference of what what we really need to live on?
Well, one of the ways that we help folks, in addition to the Social Security maximization analysis, is a retirement income plan or forecast.
Okay.
This is investment agnostic. So this is just really a forecast of what your draw from your assets looks like compared to your income need, your Social Security number, your monthly benefit. So what does that look like long term for the
Okay.
next 30 years?
Like a Google Maps.
Yeah, your GPS for your retirement.
And you could do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I can put that together, possibly maybe more than one iteration. We can kind of see what that looks like for the two of you, give you some confidence as you start a distribution strategy.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
All right, awesome. Well, let's look at the calendar.
All right.
Like I said, I need a little bit more time.
Sure.
So maybe the week after next, again, you said mornings are better. Why don't we shoot for the same time in 2 weeks, Thursday morning at 10?
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
All right, awesome. Well, I will see you then. Again, check with your spouse. Make sure, hopefully she's feeling better by then, and, we'll tackle this together.
All right. Sounds good.
All right,
Yep.
wonderful.
We'll make it happen.
Good talking with you, Joey.
Likewise.
Thank you for letting me help you.
Absolutely.